Alright, you are required to solve the inequality and then sketch it. Good day, student. This inequality you see has a base of 5. So as you have seen it, 5 to the power of 2x minus the product of 30 and 5 to the power of x plus 5 to the power of 3 is greater than 0. So how do you solve this type of equation? This type of inequality. The first thing is to assign a simple variable to simplify the given inequality. In this case, you can say let y equals to 5 raised to power x. And once you do that, and this implies that in this case, whenever you see 5 raised to power x, you put y raised to power 2 minus 30 multiplying y plus 5 to the power of 3 is the same as 125 greater than 0. So the next step is to solve the equation, in this case a quadratic equation. Solve the equation in y, that is, if you to solve the equation in y, that is, in this case you have y squared minus 30y plus 125 is equals to 0. So once we get this factorized completely, this implies that y squared minus, find two numbers that can replace 125, that can replace minus 30y, so that two numbers, if you multiply it will give us 125. So let's use minus 25 minus 5 plus 125 is equals to 0. These two numbers, mind you, there's y here. These two numbers can replace minus 30. If you multiply the two, it will give us the product of the first term and the last term. So we have done factorization in the past, so there is just a clue on how you can factorize completely. In this case, y, bring y outside, you have y minus 25 minus 5 in bracket y minus 25 equals to 0. So simplify further, have in bracket y minus 25, the product y minus 5 is equals to 0. At this point, equate each of the factors to 0. If you equate each of the factors to 0, you will have that y minus 25 crosses the other side will give us 25, or minus 5 crosses the other side will give us 5. So y is equals to 25 or 5. Recall that y is equals to 5 raised to power x. So once you record that y is equals to 5 raised to power x, the next thing you have to do is to whatever you see 5 y, you put the value 5 raised to power x. So from here we can bring y equals to, we say that y is equals to 25, and also it is equals to 5 raised to power x. So remember, we have y to be equals to 25 or 5. So from here we can solve it. This is not the final value of our result. So from here, find index of 25 in the powers. So in this case, you have 5 raised to power x is equals to 25 is the same as 5 raised to power 2. So that the base cancel out, the whole base do what? Cancel out. The whole base cancel out. And once that is done, you have that x is equals to 2. So this is the first value of x. S is equals to what? 2. The next value of x will be equals to, we have 5 here. So in this case, have 5, we have that y is equals to 5 raised to power x is equals to 5, which we solved. But we know that any number raised to power 1 is the same number. So this is the same as 5 raised to power 1. It is equals to the 5 again. So since the bases are equal base, what happened to x? The powers equate the powers. That gives us x is equals to 1. Now we have gotten two values of x. So the next thing, we have gotten two values of x. That means we have found the values of x. The next thing you have to do is, in this case, s is equals to 2 or s is equals to 1. So in this case, if you solve further, because you are told to leave your answer in what, if you solve it in equation, this is what you have. Therefore, the values that satisfy the equation is when x is less than 1 or when s is greater than 2. That is the value. You can combine the two. S is less than 1 and s is what? Greater than 2. So, as looking at it, you cannot combine the two because there is no link between the two. These are the two values of x that will satisfy the equation, that will satisfy the inequality. In this case, this is in the inequality form. We can as well put it in the interval notation. Sorry. It can as well be in the interval notation. Using the notation, in this case, we have minus infinity until you get to 1. The value you are waiting in the union of 2 until you get to what? Infinity. So this interval do what? Satisfy the inequality, the given inequality. Any value between this interval we have solved will do what? Satisfy the inequality. The next thing is to graph it or to sketch it. Draw a line. This is supposed to be horizontal line. So you draw a horizontal line. Then you choose point for your point starting from 0. So once you have written 0, the next thing you should write is the number. Here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, and here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So because of the sign you see here, less than, so you come to 1. I'm using upper 1 with 0. You notice that I didn't change the 0. Here you have x less than 1. You come to 2. At this point, this is not shaded. This interval also is x greater than 2. So this is how you can sketch the inequality. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Notice that there is no relationship between them. That's why you cannot join it. This signifies that it's not equal to. If you change it now, you have to put another here. If you change this thing, you have to put it to show that it's less than or equal to. But based on what we solve or what is given to us, it's less than. But when x is less than 1 and when s is greater than 2. If you enjoyed this lesson, please do me a favor. Just click the subscribe button to encourage me to bring more videos for your view. Like and share so that others will be aware of this lesson I'm giving to you freely. Click the subscription button whenever I have no update. Whenever there is no update, you'll be the first person to receive the video. I hope you enjoy it. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now.